Yo, and hello. Now, usually, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. If I didn't see at least one person who is my VIP T Hive on here, I would just end it. But I need to do this live. So I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, regardless of the lack of audience due to the time period. Sometimes I might not have the time during my day to come live during the daytime. So I might have to do things late night. And I hope that's okay with you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to actually type in the Zeus network. So we're going to type in the Zeus network and we're going to go over to, okay, now that I have it up, I can kind of string you guys in. I have a serious lack of audience right now. That is okay. I am here for it either way. Either way, I'm here for it. Okay. One More Chance. Who is watching One More Chance this season? Somebody please tell me, because what I do know is that it's a clown show like the rest of these Zeus shows, but I'm still here for it for some reason. Okay, so let's get to this premiere of the Baddies, and I'm going to have to keep pausing every single time that I press the button. So I'm just going to walk you guys through it. I'm sure you guys will watch it in the morning. We're going to get to it. Okay, first of all, Jason Lee is the host. I'm going to tell you, I didn't think it was very professional. I feel like Jason Lee could have done so much better, not only with his commentary, but also with the fact that this is his career. And it sounded like straight tomfoolery. His outfit looks a mess. He looks a mess. And he has an ego out of this world for no reason. Okay. So he goes, he meets with this looks like number one. Hold on. I know this is not number one. That says premiere. Let me go down to number two, reunion, number two. Okay, because that was number one. And Jason was definitely looking a hot mess. So we step into here as we open up this episode, okay? As we open up episode 2 to the Baddies ATL reunion 2, this whole thing is a hot mess. We left off just in a very bad place. You guys can go review number 1. It's been a while, since I did this. I'm kind of late, not kind of super, but that's okay because eventually I'll get to it, and that's how it goes, okay? So anyways, the show opens up with different music. When the show comes on, the show does not come on with the same music. You a bad bitch, or however that music goes. She is shorty, she a bad bitch. Hey, something, something, something. She not average. Yeah. Okay, whatever that song is, different music when they open up. I must say, Tamar looks like a queen. Her shoes are amazing. Platform, Fenty. Okay, you better represent that brand, girl. Okay, Tanisha looks amazing, conservative, with a pop of color in her hair and on her belt. Natalie, Jason, basic. I'm just gonna put that out there. Period. Looking very basic like in this area of the hair. Okay, in this area of the hair. Meanwhile, it's like you should split the stage in two. Split them in two because these two over here look amazing. All right. So, my big issue with the beginning of Baddies, ATL, from the beginning was that Natalie was smoking on set. Okay. She was smoking on set. Not only was she smoking on set, she was upset. I turned upset off. I'm gonna get offset on. I mean, she was on her vibes. And I was like, what is going on with Natalie? I mean, I love you, Natalie, but my goodness, it's looking a mess. It's looking a hot mess. You know what? I'm not seeing anybody. It's showing me 0 views, but I do see you in the chat. And I appreciate you, love. I really do. So let's get to it. They were smoking on a set. I've never seen a show other than these ghetto zoo shows where you like handing out blunts for crowns or clocks or whatever. You know what? I blame Flavor Flav. I blame Flavor Flav. He started all of this. Okay. What's up, Extreme Diva? I blame Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav started this because he had this ratchet show with this woman who pooped on a floor, and the next thing you know, here we go with just doing the most, just doing the absolute most. Okay, but Tanisha looks beautiful. She's such a round face, brown, beautiful woman. I mean, I need my eyebrows done like hers right now, but it's a mess. All right, so in the beginning of the show, Tamar is going off. She's like, Jason is making a speech, right? And he's like, you guys, we are not getting anything from you guys. You keep interrupting and you keep fighting. And then Tamar is interrupting Jason. She's like, you're not going to get anything out of the situation if you keep interrupting what's going on the show. Ma'am, you're interrupting Jason while he's talking to make statements. Now, first of all, as far as Natalie over here, I feel her. I feel like this is a complete shit show. Christina feels like it's a shit show. Seven feels like it's a shit show. Sydney Star feels like it's a shit show. And look at Tanisha. She looked like she in church. Honey, I've come, okay, through the fire. And I've been through the storm, head ass. Look what is going on with Tanisha. Okay, I've been broken into pieces. Okay, seen lightning flashing from above. That's how she looked. She looked like, but through it all, I remember, okay, that he loved me and he cares and he'll never put more on me. Look at her. Then I can bear. Look at her. She just looked like, oh. Don't she? I'm just saying, what is going on with Tanisha? She looked like she's sitting over there like she just can't do this no more. She said, I'm ready to retire. By the end of this show, Tanisha was like, I'm retiring. Then she was like, you know what? Never mind. I ain't finna retire. Okay, let's go on. Child, okay. So Judy, through this whole thing, Judy is steadily interrupting, talking. Judy could care less what anybody has to say. Now, you can see by Janelle's body stance, okay, that she likes Megan more than she likes Judy. You can also tell by Judy's body stance that she's uncomfortable with Janelle. They're both literally staying away from each other. The fact that Janelle's legs are turned towards Judy, though, means that she's not intimidated by her. But Judy's legs are turned away from Janelle. And we all know what that means. You are intimidated by Janelle. You are trying to stay far away from her. You got your arm perched up on that couch as if it's the last couch in the world. Okay? This is the last couch ever. This is just so intimidating, okay? So Judy is steadily running her mouth. I am the show, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they're trying to talk. So Megan came out. She looking real good. Okay, now, right now, Megan is on WeTV. So it's really nothing you could say to Megan. She's been on Basketball Wives. One thing that Megan has done that these other women have not done is be on different platforms. Megan has made her stance in the industry, and she literally looks classier than all these girls. I'm trying to figure out how that happened when she's a self-proclaimed I'm gonna beat your ass lady. I'm trying to figure out how that happened. Okay, so she was asked why she didn't come to Sydney Starr's birthday party, because Sydney Starr pointed out that she didn't come to her birthday party, and Megan was like, I don't know if Sydney Starr has a dick or not, and just I don't know what's going on with them, but honestly, I don't care. I just came here to be a part of the show because I just wanted to show my face on another show, period. It was a small check. Thank you. Y'all wasn't paying me enough. I was out. Okay. And that's pretty much what it was. I got to commend Judy on her dragon tattoo on her leg. Baby, I'm going there. Please trust, I'm also getting a dragon tattoo on my leg. Had to fire my last tattoo artist because he was scared of my trolls. And that's not cool. You cannot be scared of someone who is trolling someone. That is me. And what is wrong with Janelle's toes? Her toes remind me of that old crocodile show. I don't remember what it was called. But a lot of people compare Tasha K to this damn dinosaur. It was a dinosaur show where the dinosaur had like teeth in her hair. Her hair was like teeth. That's what Janelle's feet remind me of. I don't care what nobody say. her two front toenails are two different sizes. One of them is long, okay, and one of them is short. I care less what anybody has to say about it. That is what it is. Look at her toes. Are you serious right now? Okay. So anyway, Judy and Sydney call out Janelle, or I'm sorry, Judy and Sydney are called out by Janelle for their fake beef. So it turns out everybody thinks that Judy and Sydney came to this platform to, and at this point, the girls have walked outside, mind you. They've walked outside, smoked a couple blunts. So you can see in Sydney Starr's face and forehead, she's high. Okay, period. Okay, so these girls have come back onto the show. Mind you, smoking weed in Atlanta is illegal, except for certain parts of Atlanta where you can only smoke CBD oils or maybe just like their little whatever, which is 5% weed, which is not what these people are smoking. Okay. But Sydney is high as a kite, period. So anyway, they're called out by Janelle for their fake beef. We're told that they were they were sleeping in the same bed. But apparently Sydney says they were not sleeping in the same bed. They were sleeping in the same room. Actually, Judy said that. They were sleeping in the same room and they are not friends. Now, Jason Lee, mind you, look at the way that Megan is looking at these girls. She's disgusted, but I gotta say, this is one fine ass female. I must say that, just period. She's gorgeous, like off top. The girl's beautiful. Okay. So anyway, Jason Lee calls out Christina and he basically is appreciative of Christina because he's like, you know what? At the end of the day, Judy and Sydney have fake beef. As far as Christina and Natalie, they have real tea, real beef. And Jason is like, other people came onto this platform having fake beef. And I just want to commend Christina and, Natalie for having real beef, whatever. So Christina ends up answering what started the beef. They played a replay. So what started the beef between Natalie and Christina? Mind you, this outfit is, my God, it's gorgeous. Okay. So what started the beef between Christina and Natalie is the fact that Natalie was in hair and glam, and Christina ended up grabbing Natalie's makeup artist's makeup. But here's a little catcher. Behind the scenes, Natalie and Christina were friends. Christina was visiting Natalie, getting her makeup done by this makeup artist. So she felt like it was no beef, ain't no sweat off her shoulders to be engaged with the hairstylist and to pick up, or the makeup artist, and to pick up his products. But apparently Natalie started yelling and screaming and running around the mansion because of it, and Christina did not like that. She said she couldn't take the screaming and yelling and the nastiness, so she's quick to fight, quick to smack a chick, which she did. And as we all know, they got into a full-fledged fight. Okay, I'm trying to find the fight scenes. It was before that. So she said that she couldn't take it, so she ended up smacking Natalie first, and it is what it is. She said she would definitely do it again. So Natalie was called out for basically calling Christina a broke bitch. Okay. And she said, Natalie then goes on to be like, I never had a problem with you, Christina. She said, you know what I feel like? And I'm going to be real with you guys because I wrote some notes about this. You hear my paper turning, okay? I feel like Natalie, and look at Megan's face. Megan is so over. She is looking at Tamar and Jason. Megan is personal friends with Jason, okay? So, and Megan has been on Jason Lee's show. So Megan is looking at Jason like this is FOS, full of crap, okay? Christina basically says that Natalie is full of shit. She capitalized off the moment where she could make a big deal out of this reality TV moment by yelling from her room, oh, Natalie's using Christina's using my makeup artist products, instead of coming to her behind the scenes and being like, look, don't do this. We're trying to make this into, a positive show about the bad girls. We're trying to handle business, to open up businesses. And you can even see Janelle, the look on her face. She's looking over at Seven and Christina, and she's like, wow. But I'm going to tell you, I'm disappointed in Natalie. I'm completely disappointed in Natalie. The reason is because this show, The Baddies, was supposed to be about these women being grown now. Okay. They were making power moves now in their lives. They were supposed to be talking about their children and, you know, what endeavors they had, what businesses they opened. And Natalie spearheaded the mess. She was never trying to do this show about being positive. And I don't think the girls realized that until they came in the house and she found the first opportunity and bow right there. Here comes the mess because Natalie is screaming from room to room, don't use my makeup. You didn't pay him and this, that, and the other. And you guys know how she yells. Okay, look how she came to the reunion. Look at the other girls and look at Natalie. She's supposed to be an executive producer. This is bad. This is not good. And that's the reason why you see Megan looking at Jason and making eye contact with her friend Jason like she is. Okay. Even though they also played a role. Megan and Jason also played a role. So don't get it twisted, okay? But anyways, Natalie was the first one, even though she was supposed to be an EP, even though they were supposed to be having a positive show. She told them that they were supposed to be having a positive show. When they first started the show out, they were having board meetings, this, that, and that, and this about what business they were going to handle. Well, guess what? Natalie didn't let that happen. She took the first opportunity, and Christina pointed it out, that she capitalized off that moment, started yelling from room to room. She tried to make Christina look like an idiot, knowing that she basically was coming out of an addiction and that she was high that night. Okay. And she tried to expose that. She used Christina's drug addiction to make Christina look bad or like she was, you know, doing too much, which she was. You know, and I'm glad that she didn't continue to get high the rest of the season. But I'm sorry. If I'm speaking from an honest place, I mean, I feel like Christina, whose titties are in two different places, mind you. Okay, look at the titties. Okay, one titty's up, one titty's down. Okay, all the way up. All I'm saying. Okay, all right. I wish I had 4 more hands so I can give these titties 4 thumbs down. Okay, so anyways, Christina was high, okay? She admitted she was coming out of an addiction, and I don't think she had a drug dealer in Atlanta, and I think that that was the gist of her getting high, and I'm glad that she was sane the rest of the season. When she first came on the show, if I'm being honest, I'm coming back on a new show. There's a bunch of girls that I'm intimidated by. I feel like I need to show a nasty, be in my lower self around these women. I'm sure she don't act like that at home. I'm pretty sure. And so I feel like, yeah, she got high because she felt intimidated. So anyway, Natalie says that Christina was stomping down the hallway and basically making, you know, a mockery. And look at Christina's face. She looks so vulnerable right here. She's putting on a cold, hard front, but her vulnerability is on display during this reunion. Okay. So anyways, Natalie says that Christina was stomping down the hallway. Natalie says that Christina was hiding drugs and alcohol in her room while filming. And she's upset at Christina for talking about her daughter. So then Christina gets up out of her seat, right? And she takes off her shoes. Now you can see the look of Seven. Seven is over it. Okay. She's like, these bitches are retarded. So Christina comes out of her shoes. All right. She completely has on no shoes. She's walking across the stage to Natalie. It's a hot mess. Now they start playing the playback from Christina. One thing that I did not do is read this full clip from Zeus. I'm going to read it now, but I do know that she says that Christina was hiding drugs and alcohol in her room. She said, I truly said I was going to save some stuff for the reunion, but let's address it now. A lot of these girls need roommates, okay? She's talking about Judy. People to watch what they're doing at all times. Oh, she's talking about Christina. I'm sorry. Hiding a lot of shit in their rooms that is not supposed to be in the house. Others hiding alcohol from the fridge in their rooms. Okay, that was about Judy. Others hanging out bedroom windows. God forbid they fall. The whole production will be shut down. So let's talk about how I was also rooming, friend up with people, so Emma Effers wouldn't do no stupid stuff. The same girls who own their neighbors can't effing stand the DMs from the neighbors I got last week when they were arrested. So she basically says that Christina was arrested. So listen, we had 10 days of filming. It wasn't this difficult to just get in, get out, and handle what was supposed to be done. Instead of having a bunch of kids who literally don't listen, sleep all day, ain't hustlers, and need to be told what to do. Period. I said what the F I said. Mind you, this image was sent to me by someone else in the house during filming, and it got to the head people at Zeus, a video of her laughing high as F, like she was going to jump out the window. So Christian, mind your business. This was about Judy and her room issues. So there was a picture of Christina hanging out the window, high and drunk. She said she was hiding drugs in her room. And like, yeah, she basically acted like she was so high she was going to jump out the window. Some people, when they're high, they think they don't understand how, how high up they are. They think they're close to the ground because they're seeing wrong. And so if she would have jumped out that window, my gosh, okay? So then Natalie says she only made that video because Christina made a video talking about her daughter journey. Okay. She also said that her businesses, Natalie's businesses are not legit, and that Natalie was selling pussy. Yes, I can say that on this channel right now because it's not monetized. Pussy in Dubai. Okay. And guess what? I just want to pull up some pics. Let me see. Natalie Nunn selling pussy, okay, in Dubai. Let's see what comes up. Because I think that Natalie might have gotten that image scrubbed from the internet. I really do. I really do. But I want to tell you guys, oh my God. Oh no. I cannot show y'all this picture. YouTube will shut me down. I know that's not Natalie. No. There is no effing way. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. What? Whoa. I know you lying. Hold on, y'all. Wait. I know you damn lying. Oh my God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Some of this I just can't show to y'all. Wait. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, what? I swear I waited to pull this picture up. Oh my God. Thank God I didn't search for this on the live with you guys. Oh my God. Oh my God. No. I did not just see what I thought I just saw, what I saw when I just saw it. Oh no. Oh God. Okay. I'm not going to show you guys that here on YouTube. They're going to shut me down, child. They're going to shut me down. Okay. I'm talking about that whole thing bust wide open. Oh Lord. Okay. Anyway. Okay. And that would be why Natalie did not deny it. All Natalie said was, I don't care who's selling a coochie. And guess what? If you sell coochie, I don't know, you sell. That's what she said. And she said you forgot to admit that it was $1 million coochie or something. She said she never denied selling that coach. I see why. Girl, you busted open. Oh Lord, I did not just say that. Okay. So anyway, Juice, Lord. I've been reading this book, y'all. My bad. Zeus ends up cutting off Christina's live in the middle of the live. Okay. 7 is satisfied with what Christina says and even gives her a nudge on the back to let her know. Look at Christina's feet. To let her know that Zeus approves of Christina and hates Natalie. Period. Okay. Because Zeus and Natalie they're not as close as they used to be. Lamel doesn't like you anymore. I don't know what's going on with Natalie's personality, but it lasts for a minute and then it's done. Okay. So anyway, they cut the live off in the middle of the live. Natalie gets upset as Christina looks over to the producers like, thank you. 7 is laughing because they cut off the part about her daughter and shut her whole point down. And then Natalie is like, you know what? You guys are playing with me. I'm not doing this. They get up and she gets up and she walks off the set. She said they stopped the live, and she was talking about her child. Okay, period. So then Tamar wants to know, Where did the selling pussy in Dubai comments come from? Did you just make that up? Did you make that up? This is her and her whole husband. Look how Sydney is looking at Tamar. Look how Tanisha is looking at Christina about Tamar. These girls hated everybody's behavior on this stage, and so did I. While Tamar looked amazing, those boots were too tight. Okay, squeezing skin 101. Okay, everybody is disgusted with Tamar, and I don't think that Tamar understands her manic behavior does not help her either. She was talking over Jason when the show started, talking about don't interrupt each other. Girl, you're interrupting. Would you shut up? Then the whole thing with Tamar, you are a host. You're a host. She was getting up, down, up. Tamar must have walked off the stage at least 5 times during the show. I feel like Tamar had a manic episode in front of everybody on the stage, and it was extremely embarrassing. She's not fit for this type of job. She's not fit for this, and it's sad. It's like the only person that was really holding the show down was Jason. Tamar acted a fool once again. I mean, I'm very disappointed because I'm rooting. I was rooting for you, Tamar. I want you to have a comeback in your career, even if it has to start with a low-level show like Zeus. But she acted more foolish than any of the girls on the set. And while at the same time trying to pretend like she was putting it all back together again, it was like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, honey. It was a hot mess. It was giving me shadoo-doo, okay? And it was just really, really bad. So anyways, as Tamar says, where did the Dubai thing come from? She walks off the stage. Christina also said that Janelle, okay, was selling pussy for white men, okay? And Tamar, she literally, look at Sydney Starr, look at Christina, and look at Tanisha, how she's looking away from Tamar. Tamar acted a complete ass on this set as a host. Like, she's saying, don't do things for a moment. This is what she said at the end of the show. This is reality TV. This doesn't last always. Don't do things for a moment. Do things for longevity. And she kept doing things for a moment. Everybody is embarrassed at Tamar's behavior, and I surely was. I was disgusted. Look at Tanisha's face. Look at Tanisha's face while Tamar is talking, okay? She's like, what? So then Natalie walks out, and she's like, I don't care. I don't care. You forgot to mention this is $1 billion pussy. And she sounded so guilty. Like, and I'm going to tell you guys from the pictures I saw, she definitely been busting some shit open, period. Sorry to cuss at y'all like that, but that's a fact. So then, anyways, so Natalie comes back. And she asked for more of the video because they didn't want to play Christina's full video for some reason. They were like protecting Christina. Christina, basically, they played the video, okay? And there goes Christina again being vulnerable. And I think Christina had all these come to moments because she's not high at the moment. But while Christina's video was playing, she basically said that Natalie's daughter wasn't going to be shit. She wasn't going to have shit to look up to. She said that Natalie hit up her man, that her daughter not gonna have shit to look up to. She said that Natalie needs to lose weight and that she will ruin Natalie's family if she tells her man everything that is going on. And then once they play this live, Christina's like, I said what I said. I said what I said on her Nene Leak stuff, okay? They start basically yelling back and forth at each other. And I'm just looking like, this was the look on my face. Look of concern, okay? The look of what is happening right now in these streets. They were literally yelling over each other. They was getting closer and closer to each other to the point where Jason walked off the stage, okay? Jason was like, I'm out of here. Meanwhile, here go Tamar. She's in the middle of it all. No, this doesn't have to be this type of moment. You guys can apologize. You don't have to do this. Meanwhile, Jason is over here talking about, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. If this bitch was talking about my child, Oh, we about to get it up. He's saying if you talked about my family, there is no forgiving. It's redemption. Jason was literally pushing these women to fight each other. I don't know what type of production he thought he was doing, but everybody was trying to step in. You see Tamar and got up and walked over with her hand behind her back like she in church. I said, I love the Lord. Oh, Christina came out of her shoes. Natalie has on tennis shoes. Jason is over there looking for a fight. Seven is trying to put her 2 cents in to no avail because Seven, nobody's listening to you. Okay, I'm sorry, but Seven is not a bad girl. She's a basic female, and that's fine. It's fine to be that way. You got into one fight with somebody that you knew could not fight, and okay, like you're basic. It is what it is. Okay, so anyway, and by the way, I must admit, and I'm not gonna lie, as these girls were getting closer and closer to each other, I have to say that Natalie was looking out of shape. She definitely did not look like she looked in her pictures. I have to say that she did look out of shape, but so did Christina. Like neither one of them looked amazing. But why the fuck is Tanisha sitting like this? She's like, yeah, girl, come over here to Uncle Matt. Like, what is this? Like Jason is sitting in a more feminine position than Tanisha. What's happening? And what is this tissue coming out of Tamar's long ass boot? I don't. What is that? I don't know. Her boots are giving me like the heebie-jeebie. They're giving me like leprechaun boots. I don't know why. So, anyways, the girls are irritated at Tamar. They're paying no attention to her. Natalie looking at her like she's crazy. She looking out of shape. Her belly button's looking like it's closing up. Christina is ignoring Tamar. Not only that, but Tamar is like, you guys should be real women, and all this stuff like that. And Natalie and Christina, they do apologize, but Tamar ends up grabbing Natalie's arm, and Natalie snatched away from Tamar. And if you can see the look on Jason Lee and Natalie's face. They literally catch eye contact because they're irritated by Tamar. They can't even have a moment. They can't have a moment to do the real show between her and Christina without Tamar's flat ass coming over there, inserting herself in shit that have nothing to do with her. Like, I don't understand why she couldn't let security step in, and it was not a good look. And Natalie is literally irritated, and Jason understands. And yeah, they gave each other this look like, bitch, like, are you serious right now? Like, is this bitch really standing in the middle of us confronting each other? Like, they could have had a good moment, but Tamar, she do too much. So anyway, Natalie, after this, she goes around to each female. She's like, look, I don't know what you're doing with your coochie. I don't know what you're doing with your coochie. I don't know what you're doing with your coochie. I don't know what she says, like, she don't care about none of that. What she cares about is the fact that Christina have apologized to her about talking about her child. Okay. And I wish Tamar would sit down. Like, Tamar was having so many manic moments on the stage. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. I mean, Tamar, I'm praying for you, Ma. Like, it was like she was one of the bad girl cast members. Like, you didn't come here to be a mediator. You're the host, ma'am. And you're having manic episodes and don't understand that. And I don't know what she doesn't get about that. So anyways, this is Natalie saying, I don't know what you do with your coochie. I don't know. So anyway, Jason goes on to say that Tanisha says that Natalie not only talked about Christina's child, but that she also emailed Tanisha about her child, her business, saying that she don't have alarm clocks because she can't wake up, that she sent threats to her son, and that she said her son was going to be hung by a tree, all kinds of stuff. And she did feel like it was Natalie because they had gotten into a real nasty argument previously, like days earlier than this. Now, I'm just going to tell y'all, I feel like because Natalie and Tanisha are producers of the show, I feel like that part was made up. I feel like Tanisha made that up. And between this beef between her and Natalie is not real. These two are clearly friends on the internet before the show aired. She said the thing with with OnlyFans made it go really bad. between her and Natalie. I don't believe that. I think that was all a setup for marketing for the show. And I believe that this is all of this between Tanisha and Natalie is marketing for the show. Okay. Natalie goes on to say that it makes her sick what Tanisha is saying because she feels like Tanisha knows that she loves her. And, um, when people so Tanisha goes on to say when people bring her up in conversation, Natalie gets intimidated, she gets mad, and she got upset because of that. And I'm like, you know what, I could see that because Natalie is a big bitch. Like she's a bitch, and she probably maybe got drunk and talked some shit. Like I don't put it past her that she's been partying. Like I just don't. Okay, so then Jason and Judy, oh my God, Jason and Judy. It's ridiculous. Okay. So Judy says she is the show. Jason basically is like, why does Judy think she's up there with you and Tanisha? And Judy is like, I am up there with, her and Tanisha. Season 7, this and that. Sydney, like, that's a lie. Okay. Then Tanisha says that Natalie called her first, but then when the show started to take off, then all of a sudden all these other people got involved before she even pitched production. And you can see on Christina's face, all this shit is fake. All this shit is not real. They're faking a funk, period. So Judy is saying that she's basically on the level of these women. Okay. Jason asks Megan, who is the fakest person on the show? Now, Megan, she makes this little smirk, and then she's like, I mean, first off, there's so many fake people on the stage because, I heard a lot of background talk, a lot of background noise, and people were saying how they was going to choke bitches, slap bitches. Now, she didn't say it in those words. But she basically said that people was behind the scenes saying that people was going to get checked and what they was going to do, and everybody sitting on the stage calm. She was happy that everybody was calm, but that's what she said. So then she's saying that Christina was saying that she was, that she was going to check Janelle, and she didn't do it. And Jason basically feels like he's sitting at the View, which all the women was like, oh, you front, you lying. Jason, this did not feel like the View. You just a messy hoe who wanted to see these women fight. Like, just say you wanted to see these women fight and you will be a lot better off. Okay. So then after Jason says he feels like he's sitting on the View, where am I in my notes? So then Tamar starts making her black woman speech. You guys do not have to be like this. You don't have to be on reality shows fighting it. Look at Janelle's face. Look at Janelle's face. Janelle is like, bitch, are you fucking serious? Tanisha is like, are you serious right now? Okay, so she's like, you guys are black women and you shouldn't be fighting for entertainment. You guys are mothers, real women, and these shows don't last for long. And Tamar doesn't understand she's not fit to be in this position of a host. Look at Tanisha's face. Look at Tanisha's face. Okay. Point blank, period. This is why you got fired from the View, ma'am. You do not have to put your 2 cents in every time you have a thought. And I think that Tamar has serious issues. I mean, damn. Oh my God. They were really coming out during this episode. It was sad. She got up and walked out, walked back in, walked out, walked back in. Girl, you are a host. Would you sit down and just ask questions? All this opinion. I guess Zeus Network was the right place. She even went backstage and was like, let me produce. Girl, would you be quiet? So then Megan, so Tamar starts yelling at Megan, you talking about these girls are saying what they should and shouldn't do, and it's fake and this, that, and the other. And Megan is like, no, I'm just saying that these women should be honest about the way that they feel. So then Sydney Starr gets her dumb ass up. Okay. Sydney Starr gets up and she starts walking towards Judy. And she's like, yeah, bitch, I'm going to beat your ass. And she walks towards Judy, but she was actually joking. Okay. So Judy then starts calling Natalie fake. She starts saying that Natalie handed Janelle the vape, which at this point she had handed Megan the vape. You can see it's balled up in her hand right here. So Judy's like, you fake. You handed her the vape when I asked you for it. Mind you, Judy is drunk AF. Okay. So Natalie says that Judy is a lot to deal with. Judy starts crying. Okay. Natalie is mad at this point. Look at her face. She goes on to say, I feel like I'm dealing with a babysitter, and she said she's giving Judy flowers, when Judy's parents died, she this and that. Judy is like saying that Natalie said she needed her own room because her parents died, and she needed to share a room because her parents died and she had anxiety issues. It was just a hot mess. At this point, Natalie gets up in Judy's face, starts yelling and screaming. She mad. Okay. And everybody's like, Seven is like, see, Natalie, this is exactly what we talking about. And she's saying that she only jumping in Judy's face because she knows that Judy is not going to fight her. Judy is not a fighter like that. Okay. And everybody was like, Natalie, do too much. So then Tanisha runs over to Judy and with her big ass earrings. I'm talking about them earrings are on huge. Okay. So then Tanisha almost bust her ass running over to Judy on these thin stilettos to give Judy a hug. And she said that Natalie does a lot. And basically, Judy is breaking down. Now, mind you guys, you see the smoke in the air? Okay, Megan is smoking her vape, looking at the producers like, can I leave? Okay, Judy is doing the absolute most. She's drunk, crying. She's just horrible. She says that Natalie begged her to come to the show. Natalie says that Judy was hiding liquor under her bed and she was a hot fucking mess. So then Natalie says that she didn't know who was friends with who when the show came on because apparently Judy and Sydney's beef is fake. And that's why she befriended, or that's why she hooked Judy and Sydney in the same room. Okay. So then Judy goes on to say, everybody is friends. They're like, no, I'm not. Sydney is like, bitch, I am not your friend. Like, it just was ridiculous. Sydney Star was like, we are not friends. Okay. A hot mess. And then Sydney says that they haven't talked for 2 years. Now, mind you, while Sydney is saying they haven't talked for 2 years, Judy's so drunk she can't keep her storyline up. She like, we was just talking before. We just got on the phone right before we came to the show. So Jason is like, y'all need to go in a damn bathroom and get y'all story together because the shit is so see-through. It's fake. It's not coming out right. Your storyline sucks. Okay, which is just unprofessional as a whole. For the whole network. Mind you, I can see all the brown spots leading into Sydney Star's nipples. Okay. So anyway, so Judy then asks Sydney for a hug and Jason Lee is like, no, you cannot have a hug. Okay. This is her asking for a hug. Jason Lee is like, no. So Judy gets mad at Jason Lee because Jason Lee is being disrespectful and basically telling her that she just kikied with people that was just talking about her, that she was just talking about disrespecting her in regards to her parents being dead, her mom and this. So Judy basically says that Jason Lee is full of shit, which he was. I did not appreciate the way that Jason Lee was doing this cast. Tamar still gone like the unprofessional woman that she is. She just looked like a mess. So anyway, somehow, some way, Judy starts saying she didn't fight Sydney because Jason was like, why didn't you have that same energy with Natalie that you had with Sydney? And so she's like, Sydney is a man. Judy says, Sydney's a man. And then Sydney is like, oh, I'm a man. She get up and she throw a fucking pillow at Judy. Okay. Then suddenly Judy says that Sydney called Janelle a tranny and if they are delusional or not. And she says, Sydney is like, no, the fan said that. I have proof that the fan said that. So mind you, this whole time, Seven is cracking up laughing. She is laughing her ass off. They are laughing. They believe that this beef between Judy and Sydney is completely fake and they having a good time, okay? And then Jason is still like, why you ain't had that energy when you was talking to Natalie? So then Tanisha's like, no, she's not a fighter like that. She's not a fighter like that. And Jason is like, you only afraid of people that you know won't fight you. What the fuck host says that? Where do they get these unprofessional people at on Zeus Network? This is ridiculous, okay? So then Judy's like, you're fired to Jason. And Jason gets upset. And Jason's like, whoever put you in that dress is fire. So then Judy stands up and she walks to Jason. Everybody like, sit down, Judy. Sit down. Like, bitch, you do not look good. You got a whole fupa. Like, sit your ass down. And then they just got into it. Like, her and Jason literally start going back and forth. So anyway, Megan says, can I take up for my friend? Since y'all out here talking shit, y'all ain't really talking about nothing. So then Megan says Janelle does not sell pussy and she don't even like sex because she's not a sexual person. So Janelle's like, I'm not sexual. And then Jason's like, why you got all that ass if you ain't sexual? Stupid question once again. And then, but mind you, whatever this is on Jason wrist costs over $700, and that's a fact. Okay. So anyway, so then she like, I bought this body. That's why. He like, oh, well, girl. So then Tamar brings her dumbass back on the stage, just unprofessional. And everybody is just at this point turned off. You can see how Tanisha's face is looking. You can see how Seven is looking. You see Christina and you see Sydney. They just like, oh my God, like, why is this woman back out here? Okay. Tamar comes back. Jason makes a speech saying everybody is beautiful. Now, at this point, they're closing the show out because nobody wants to deal with Tamar's behavior at this point. Okay. So then they give everybody give their final thoughts. Okay. Megan goes on to say, and I'm ahead of my time now. I don't know how I got ahead of myself. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Oh, God. Tamar, shut the fuck up. So Megan gives her final thoughts. She says she's happy for everyone. She wants everybody to succeed. Then Janelle gives her final thoughts. And Janelle is like, that the resolution basically between her and Christina was not settled because she basically said that that Christina was high when she first came in the house. And she said that she wants it to just be over and done with. She's not into the arguing. She's just done with it. Christina says that she feels like Janelle took this opportunity to try to make it seem like she was giving a response when really she started the shit. And that she wants her to keep that same energy on social media. Don't get on social media acting out now when you've apologized. She says she cares about she doesn't want Janelle to die, but she doesn't care about her as a person. So Jason was like, well, at least, you're not dying. So Tamar comes back in with her 2 cents. Well, she says she don't want her to die. And everybody is just over Tamar. Like you can see Tanisha is just like head down status. Okay. So then Judy goes on and she says that she wishes everyone the best in life because life is short and fragile. She's obviously thinking about her parents. Sydney Star apologizes to Tamar, okay? And instead of Tamar just shutting up and letting Sydney Star apologize, Tamar decides to go on this whole rant, and you can see here Natalie is frustrated. Tamar decides to go on this whole rant. You don't have to be so big. You don't have to be so over the top. Like, I see you. And I don't know what's wrong with Tamar. She feels like she's in a power position at this point, and she doesn't understand. Tamar, you're also over the top. People also see you. Shut the fuck up. So then Sydney Star keeps going on. She says that she felt neglected, and that's why she act like she act, but she wanted to apologize to Judy. So then Judy says she's sorry for calling Sydney Star a man. She sees her as a woman, and she was just hurt, and that's why she came for her. So then at this point, they get up and they do a hug, okay? They get up, they hug. So then Seven gives her opinion. She says that these bitches are crazy. Okay, everybody all right. She sounded childish making her speech because she's basic. And she says that she basically not doing the show no more. She can't do this shit no more. So then Christina makes her statement and she says, she can walk away and still feel proud of herself for not fighting Natalie on this reunion because as it was pointed out, she talked a lot of shit behind the scenes and she didn't get into the fight. So then Tanisha goes on to say that she wants to retire because she's disappointed in the shit show, which this most definitely was, okay? That she doesn't know about returning, but then she goes on to say, I don't know if I'll retire because somehow Tamar got into her brain. Somehow, some kind of way, Tamar just got into her brain that quick. But she says that she basically don't want to do this, Okay. And that she wished that it would have went a different direction. She says that she's never gotten the type of hatred in her DM. You know, Tanisha was the fat, chubby girl from BGC. She was loved. So she says she's never gotten this type of hate on her show, from the show. And that she feels, like it's spread over into her personal life and she feels bad about it. So then, out of everything. So then Natalie makes her speech, and Natalie says that she could not have done this show by herself, even though the show was not what the girls wanted. She says that she gives thumbs up to all of them for being a part of the show. She trusted in Christina and Sarah to make this happen because they were there with her from the beginning, and they just helped her get it off get it off the ground. And it's crazy that the relationships between her, Christina, and Sarah did not last to the point where they actually wanted to fight and or expose her. And I wonder why that is. I think that sometimes Natalie can take her position as a boss a little too far. And, the whole I run LA blood is still in her. Okay. So then she goes on to say she cares about Judy. She cares about Judy's family and she loves her and Judy at this point get up and hug. Okay. So after they get up and hug, Natalie thanks Janelle, and she says that she doesn't believe what is said on the show about Janelle showing pussy and all this other stuff like that. She wanted to tell Sydney that she gave Sydney Star what she wanted. She told Sydney Star that she will make her a baddie. And, even though Sydney Star doesn't like her at this point, she stuck to her word with Sydney Star. She says to Tanisha that you are like the big sister that I never had, and I love you. I wouldn't do anything to harm you. And Tanisha's like, this bitch don't love me. Okay. But then Tamar starts making this whole speech. Oh my God, Tamar, shut the fuck. Why did she interrupt these girls' is going out speech? Like, did you watch any hosts before you came on this show? She is she's like immature and unprofessional on so many different levels. Tamar, you were having a manic episode. You not taking your meds. You drinking or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Tamar starts saying she's impressed by the girl, by Natalie's accountability. So Natalie interrupts and goes on and says that I'm sorry if I hurt any of you girls. Jason Lee is asked who is his best bad girl, and he said whoever signs his check. And then he says that he wants to thank Zeus because Oxygen left these girls hanging high and dry. And that was basically the gist of the reunion. Tamar goes on to say, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. They laugh about that, and it was a hot fucking mess. Let me tell you something. If Baddies is going to be like this next season and have these unprofessional hosts and all this stuff like that, I'm not going to watch. I don't want to watch Tamar on TV. I realized through this episode, her mental problems are really real. Her mental problems are serious. Her mental problems they're no bitch. Like, they don't play. And I realized that she does not belong on reality TV. And I think she realized that with her show on VH1 with Mona Scott and Goldie and David at a feast. So she has serious, serious issues. Her behavior on this reunion was embarrassing. And I don't know how she shows her face today. On top of that, she's gotten face surgery and the fans are calling her out all over social media. If I was Tamar, I would not do a show for a long time. What I can't understand about Tamar is why it is that she needs to steal the show to the point where I'm talking about her instead of the Baddies right now. And why she doesn't just stick to singing. Why don't you just shut up? Only post pictures on social media instead of videos. Don't do any TV and just focus on your singing career. Why? Put out videos after video after video of you singing. Why do you do this? The woman she's an idiot, okay? She is, my God. I mean, oh my God, it's bad, okay? All right, well, for the end of this video, guys, I want to just share some stuff with you. Like I did and do on several of my channels. I'm disgusted. I'm so disgusted by the behavior on this show, specifically Tamar trying to be mad at other women's behavior while acting a complete fool like this is not their show. So anyways, we have T-Hive Book Club, guys. So I want you to go over there and make sure that you subscribe. We also have Toxo T Live, which I will be on in just a little while. I know it's late night, but we're still going to try to get this done tonight. because I have some serious things to do in the morning and I don't have time in the morning. I am going to be tied up in a legal place. Yes, that was my neck cracking just now, in case you guys did not hear that. But I'm going to be tied up tomorrow in a legal place. I want you guys to just go join all my channels. And just in case you don't know, the home channel is called Toxic Diamond Productions. And please excuse any of that other jazz that pops up. I wish they would take that off of YouTube. I'm going to talk to YouTube about that. Mess. When you type in my name, you should only see my name. Unfortunately, there's a hot mess going on in this place. Okay, so guys, I post all kind of news to this channel. Please make sure you guys come over and join. And thank you so much for watching my review of the Baddies ATL. See you next time. Like and subscribe.